Good evening. Welcome to Music Monday on this Labor Day. I hope yours has been restful, I guess, or certainly with family, or at least you've had an opportunity to think a little bit about what the day means and the importance of our labors to not only ourselves but also to those around us, whether it be at your work or in family or in church, whatever the instance might be. So yeah, a little different location here this evening. I'm actually in Indianapolis, and a little music corner here at our home. And so what I thought I would do this evening is to talk a little bit about hymns about labor. Just take a quick look at some of those wonderful hymns that we have that either have labor as their text or emphasis, or at least talk about the importance of labor, whether that be in the fields or wherever it is. So for those of you who gathered with Max and Curtis and our vocalists and Joey, our flautist, yesterday there for the 9:30 service from St. Paul's, you would have sung this hymn. Come Labor On. Ora Labora is the name of the tune. I'm not going to go through all of it since many of you sung it, or at least listened to it yesterday during the service. The one thing I would just like to mention is that the tune itself is by a church musician, Thomas Tertius Noble. T. Tertius Noble is how he normally is referred to. English, late 19th century as far as birth, was there in England for a number of years, certainly through his education and through probably the midpoint of his career as a church musician. The last position that he held in England was at York Minster, and was a very influential organist, choir master at that medieval church there in York, England. From there, he was called by St. Thomas Church in New York City to come be the choir master, organist, director of music there at that Episcopal church on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. And he remained there basically until he retired. He was the one that actually started the choir school for boys there at St. Thomas, and obviously it's still in existence to this day, although albeit as in just about everything else in life currently when it comes to music, it's a little different kind of setting there at St. Thomas's. And some of you may recall that our own late Dual McIntyre was a boy chorister there at St. Thomas Church. It's a boarding school, so that's where he lived and sang. And the boys still currently, I can't remember for sure, it's 6 to 8 services a week that they sing in, as well as doing schoolwork and sports and all the other things that come in with education of that nature. So anyway, this one is, hold on 1 second. Hey guys, so this is Killian, right? Yes, this is Killian, 2.5-year-old Killian grandson. Can you say hi? Hi! Hi! He's actually ready to go his aunt, yes. Okay, honey, good. You want to sing this with me real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to sing it with me real quick? All right, okay, well, here we go. So here it is, Come Labor On. Let's just do the first verse. Come labor on, who dares stand idle on the harvest plain, while all around us waves the golden grain, And to each servant does the master say, go work today. You gonna work with me? Okay, here, let's sing this. Ready? Ready? Come, labor on, who dare stand idle on the harvest plain, while all around us waves the golden grain, and to each servant God does the master say, go work today. Good job. You did a good job on that, right? Okay, all right. Let's go over here to Uncle Conan and actually we're gonna let you take him out. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, just shut the door behind you, please. Obviously, 2.5-year-old, he's wonderful, but nonetheless, he is a 2.5-year-old. Okay, and I didn't even get the hymn number for that one. That was actually number 541. So this hymn, we're going to take a look at now. Number 293. 293 in the book, in Hymnal 1982. This specific one is designated for All Saints' Day, which is November 1st. But as you can tell from the lyrics, this one is actually very much about labor. So, 293. I sing a song of the saints of God, patient and brave and true, who toiled and fought and lived and died for the Lord they loved and knew. And one was a doctor, and one was a queen, and one was a shepherdess on the green. They were all of them saints of God, and I mean God helping to be one too. And it goes on to talk also as far as like soldiers and priests, talks about teachers. So there's a lot of different forms of labor in this particular hymn. You'll recognize it. It's 293. Something different here on this too, because again, this is a keyboard, obviously an electric keyboard. Let me make sure I get this right. Might as well jazz it up a little bit, right? Here we go. I sing a song of the saints of God, patient and brave and true, who toiled and fought and lived and died for the Lord they loved and knew. And one was a doctor, and one was a queen, and one was a shepherdess on the green. They were all of them saints of God, and I mean God helping to be one too. Good. Let's see what else we have here. This one we're going to go back to a different setting here. I can't see. There we go. We're done with that. There we go. So this one is number 586. Number 586 in Hymnal 1982. This one in particular, it's to a American folk tune, essentially. Here we go. My glasses. Pleading Savior is the name of the tune, and it's from the Christian Lyre of 1830. So it's again one of those same kind of like Southern Harmony, that whole era then of taking American tunes and setting hymns to them would have been sung a cappella initially, those kind of things. Here we go. This particular one, it is the second verse is particularly germane, or second and third actually. You know what? I'm gonna do all three verses. Just read them real quickly. This is 586. Jesus, thou divine companion, by thy lowly human birth, thou hast come to join the workers, burden bearers of the earth. Thou, the carpenter of Nazareth, toiling for thy daily food. By thy patience and thy courage, thou hast taught us toil is good. Where the many toil together, there art thou among thine own. Where the solitary labor, thou art there with them alone. Thou, the peace that passeth knowledge, dwellest in the daily strife. Thou, the bread of heaven, art broken in the sacrament of life. Every task, however simple, sets the soul that does it free. Every deed of human kindness done in love is done to thee. Jesus, thou divine companion, help us all to work our best. Bless us in our daily labor. Lead us to our Sabbath rest. So obviously this one is all about labor. So here's this particular hymn tune. Tune actually. This is another one of those tunes that we don't get a chance to sing it that often, but it's worth taking a look at, I think. Yes? Okay. I got a number of others here. Let's see here. This one is actually in the morning, as in M-O-R-N-I-N-G, morning section of the hymnal. It's number 11, actually. And the reason that I brought this one out is, actually last week we were talking about evening as hymns. There is actually, again, the section in the hymnal about morning, of which this is. So anyway, this talks again, the first verse, number 11. Awake my soul, and with the sun, thy daily stage of duty run. Shake off dull sloth, and joyful rise to pay the morning sacrifice. Lord, I my vows to thee renew. Disperse my sins as morning dew. Guard my first springs of thought and will, and with thyself my spirit fill. Direct, comfort, control, suggest this day all I design or do or say, that all my powers with all their might in thy sole glory may unite. So again, this is talking more about what I do during the day and having the Lord with me and supporting us and those kind of things. So this particular hymn tune is this particular hymn tune is Morning Hymn, and Francois Hippolyte Bartholomew, French, and it goes like this. This one, I don't think number 592. Number 592. This one is, again, George Herbert is the author. 592 in hymnal 1982. George Herbert, English, 17th century pre-Episcopal Church of England rector priest. And there are a number of his texts that have been set to tunes that are in our hymnal, and many others for that matter. So this particular one, the first verse particularly stood out to me. Teach me, my God and King, in all things thee to see, and what I do in anything to do it for thee. So again, talking about work, how we provide, and regardless of what it is, we are doing the Lord's work. All may of thee partake, nothing can be so mean, which with this time tincture for thy sake will not grow bright and clean. A servant with this clause makes drudgery divine, who sweeps a room as for thy laws, makes that the action fine. This is the famous stone that turneth all to gold, for that which God doth touch and own cannot for less be told. So again, it's one of those things, regardless of what we do, it's important, and it's of the Lord. So, this is number 592. Let me play that again. Okay. Let's go to number 482. 482. Hey, I think Killian's back for another repeat performance. You want to come over here, honey? Watch the cord right there. Okay. Yes? Okay. Can you say hi again?
Hi.
Say hi right there. Hi. Hi. You gonna sing with me? Yes, please? Okay. All right. So I have to talk a little bit about this first before we start playing. So this one is an Irish ballad, the tune Slain. It's one that is going to be very familiar to just about everyone. So this is you ready to sing? You ready to sing right now? Okay. So let me just 1 second. Let me just say the words. So here's the first verse. Lord of all hopefulness, Lord of all joy, whose trust ever childlike no cares could destroy. Be there at our waking and give us, we pray, your bliss in our hearts, Lord, at the break of day. The other thing, and let's see, here we go. Second verse, Lord of all eagerness, Lord of all faith, whose strong hands were skilled at the plane and the lathe. Be there at our labors, and give us, we pray, your strength in our hearts, Lord, at the noon of the day. Right? You going to sing with me now? Okay? Yes, you're going to sing with me. Good. Now I have to put this pen back because you can't sing and write at the same time. Okay. Shh, shh, shh. So here's the tune. So listen to it, Kellyanne. Okay? Here it goes like this. And you know what we're going to do too? We're going to change our setting here. Okay, here we go. Wait a second. You don't like that? I hope that's not a comment on my playing skills. Here we go. Here, Kellyanne. Here we go. Ready? Let's sing this first verse, okay? Here we go. Ready? Lord of all hopefulness, Lord of all joy, whose trust ever childlike no cares will destroy. Be there at our waking and give us, we pray, our bliss in our hearts, Lord, at the break of the day. Okay, shh, shh, shh. Okay, let's go back. Here, Ashley, please take it. Okay. There we go. Just come in and just take it. Just go. There we go. Thank you. I'll be back in a second, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, here we go.
He's probably ready.
He's very much ready for that. There we go. Okay. Good. Okay. This one actually is also, this last one we'll do this evening is also a morning song. And again, it's M-O-R-N-I-N-G. It's page 9. Number 9 actually, not page, but number 9. Not here for high and holy things we render thanks to thee, but for the common things of earth, the purple pageantry of dawning and of dying days, the splendor of the sea, the royal robes of autumn moors, the golden gates of spring, the velvet of soft summer nights, the silver glistening, of all of the million stars, the silent song they sing, of faith and hope and love undimmed, undying still through death, the resurrection of the world, what time there comes the breath of dawn that rustles through the trees, and that clear voice that saith, awake, awake to love and work. The lark is in the sky, the fields are wet with diamond dew, the world's awake to cry their blessings on the Lord of life as he does meekly by. Come, let thy voice be one with theirs, shout with their shout of praise. See how the giant sun soars up, great Lord of years and days. So let the love of Jesus come and set thy soul ablaze, to give and give and give again what God hath given thee, to spend thyself nor count the cost, to serve right gloriously the God who gave all worlds that are, and all that are to be. So, the morning song, and again, it's as you can tell, these all have the same basic kind of themes as far as working as a way to not only fulfill ourselves, but to fulfill God's promises. Not here for high and holy things, we tender thanks to thee. Thank you so much for joining me here in Indianapolis. We'll see each other soon, and have a blessed evening. Thanks. Good night. Oh. And since he's here, say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Say goodbye. Can you blow a kiss?
This is.
Blow a kiss. Okay. Good night, all.